the places I'm going, cause I know that I'm free, and I'm starting to be a little bit curious.
As the world turns and it spins, never let your searchlight go dim. Be a little bit curious. Sky is the limit above the roof, but nothing is more important than the youth. Damn, it's not always as clear cut as it looks. Some of the greatest truths will never make it in books. So whether your classes are on computers or taught by a tutor, you gotta do it for a better future.
Cause I hold the key, the future is wherever I will be. So we go in it and we grow from it. This is a dream, so I will take the opportunity. And we go with it and we grow from it. Highs and lows, wherever I go, my future I'm in control. Yeah, yeah, let's never get old. Our stories unfold. We're breaking the mold, yeah. Over and over and over, a little bit curious.
As the world turns and it spins, never let your searchlight go dim. Be
A little bit curious.
Sky is the limit above the roof, and nothing is more important than the youth. Damn, in trying times, inquiring minds will find designs to brighten that light that shines. Load shedding raps, you need to black out for now until you're standing on the stage throwing caps and gowns.
Cause I hold the key, the future is wherever I will be. So we go with it and we grow from it. This is a dream, so I will take the opportunity. And we go with it and we grow from it.
Ikambalam liyaqhakazela ingqondo yam ishapi yasingela mizamo yasekhaya andisodelela ndikhuthele ndikwazi uzimela.
Spread love across the African continent, cause we know that's where the struggle is prominent. The mind is a weapon and you better sharpen it. Dreams don't pay bills, better get a scholarship or give me the finance. I'm gonna buy land or own an island just because I can. Travel my mind map, Egypt to Thailand, and see the whole new world like a blind man. I see you see me, we see dreams. I see you see me, we see dreams. I see you see me, we see dreams. I see you see me, we see dreams.
Cause I hold the key, the future is wherever I will be. So we go with it and we grow from it. This is a dream, so I will take the opportunity. And we go with it and we grow from it. And we go with it and we grow from it, yeah.
Morning, everybody, and welcome to our Sanlam
Hi,
Scholars.
everyone.
There she is.
Sorry about that. We just had a bit of a struggle with Prof. Paken. She's trying to join us, but didn't have the right link. So I was sorting that out. Welcome everyone. I'm sure you are all jamming to our school song, which is quite a beautiful song. And we would like to welcome the Sanlam team. I just want to make sure that everyone is here before we start. But it looks like Prof. Pakeng will be joining us shortly. Welcome to the Sanlam team. Sydney Mbele, who's the group executive for the Sanlam brand. And then Jeanette Mudise, who's the group human resource director. Mariska, Sonia, Lauren, and Kelly, I also know that you are here. Thank you so much for your presence today. We'd also like to welcome our UCT online high school colleagues, Sanlam Scholarship recipients and guardians, and any media representatives that are here today. I am going to ask that you please switch on your cameras to all of the Sanlam Scholarship recipients. We want to see your beautiful faces. So if you could do that. And then also, before I hand over to our great speakers for today, we've got quite a beautiful lineup for all of you Sanlam recipients, scholarship recipients, and you're going to have such a good time. I would like to share a few highlights and insights. And these are just to make you realize where we came from in the process and where we are right now. So the recipients themselves are really star performers, because we received thousands of applications, but only 700 of those applications actually met the criteria. And only 100 then made that final list. And which really just means that you stood out from the crowd, and it affirms that hard work really does pay off. And if you keep excelling, you will continue to stand out, and you'll continue to grab opportunities that distinguish you from the rest. So super well done. And we also had, look, I don't know if you are here, if you can just drive the slide for me to slide 4, just to share that table with everyone. And this table is really just giving you a glimpse into who's part of the group of the Sanlam Scholarship recipients. And this is a demographic profile, which is really a snapshot. Okay, you can't hear me. Can I just get someone to confirm?
We can hear you. We can hear you well.
Can hear you.
No?
We can hear you well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, it's a few people who can't hear you.
Let me just check that. Apologies.
It might not be on your side. I think it might be on their side.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, apologies for that. So
Yeah, I think they need to join with audio. When they join, they need to choose that option that says join with audio.
All right, but you have been able to hear me the whole time, Sydney?
We've been able to hear you well.
Okay, thank you. All right, welcome, Prof. I see you've just joined us. Thank you for making the time. I'm just sharing the demographic profile of our Sanlam scholarship recipients, and then I'll hand over to you. So what we see here is just the total number, which is currently 90. And then we can see just a breakdown. We've got more girls than we do boys, almost 50% more. Then we've got a breakdown of the racial groups. We've got 56% of the recipients are Black Africans, 22% are colored, and the other 22% Indian. And this is really just a snapshot of the composition of our Sanlam scholarship recipients. And we're going to hear from Prof. Pakeng, And I just wanted to highlight that Prof will only be able to stay with us for 30 minutes and she'll slide out. So don't be surprised when she sneaks out. She just has other commitments she has to attend to. Over to you, Prof, again.
Thank you very much, Yandiswa. And let me say good day to everyone who's joining us today. The teachers and staff of UCT Online High School, together with Ms. Kakaza, you are such an important part of this team of the UCT Online High School. You are the team that's driving this new machine that we hope will revolutionize schooling altogether. The Sanlam Scholars and their parents and guardians who are there joining us, and special guests from Sanlam, Mr. Sidney Mbele, the Chief Executive Group Brand, and Ms. Jeanette Modise, Chief Executive Group Human Resources. Thank you so much for joining us. But more than that, for believing in this dream, believing in this resource that we've put together to benefit the majority of our learners who don't have access to quality teaching and learning. It is an exciting, it is always an exciting opportunity to meet again with staff, with learners and friends of the UCT Online High School as South Africa's 2022 school year gets underway. I want to ask all of you here today to engage your imaginations for a moment. And I want you to just imagine, access that part of your brain that needs to work well when you have a creative writing assignment. I want you to do that. Try and imagine a day, many decades from now, when we are all much older. On this day, far into the future, we are talking to your grandchildren, perhaps, or perhaps a group of young people about what life was back in the time of COVID. In years to come, what is it that we will remember the most from this time? Will we only remember the bad things? Will we only remember the things that didn't work? What will be the experiences that stand out for you? And what will we have learned from our experiences or events of 2020, 2021, and 2022, and possibly longer? We don't know what this pandemic is going to throw at us. I believe that you will be able to relate to further generations a positive story about your ability to survive huge challenges during the pandemic. A narrative of survival, a narrative of overcoming extreme difficulties, and despite these, a narrative of thriving. That's what we want to do. We want you to have a story of victory to tell many years from now, to tell about the time of COVID. It shouldn't be a story of loss, a story of defeat, a story of failure. We want it to be a story of thriving. Is there some people struggling with sound? Look, I hear a feedback or background chattering. Can we mute the people? Thank you very much. So I was saying, I want us to imagine and say we want a story of victory, a story of thriving that comes out of the COVID years. Like myself, I'm sure that many of you and your families have had your lives turned upside down by this pandemic. COVID-19 has brought with it great economic hardship, and this has threatened the social fabric of our communities. It has reminded us that life has a way of throwing enormous challenges at us when we don't think we are ready to face them. And I stand here today to tell you that, yes, life has thrown you and all of us unimaginable challenges, but each one of you has it within yourself to overcome these, as well as other obstacles that you no doubt will face. The successful launch of the UCT Online High School and its ability to attract talented staff, talented learners like yourself, Sanlam Scholars, as well as supportive partners like Sanlam, shows us that not only can we survive hard times, but but difficult days actually can trigger innovation, they can trigger problem solving. And in the case of the UCT online high school, hard times can also trigger the birth of a new institution with new learners and new partnerships. At UCT, I'm constantly calling on myself and my colleagues to see the challenges that we face as a community as not just obstacles, but as opportunities. We must always look for the silver lining in every challenge that we face. The Sanlam Scholars who are here today are pioneering members of the UCT online community. So if you're here as a Sanlam Scholar, you are a pioneer. You are a pioneering member of the UCT online high school community. And as I said at the inaugural assembly last week, you are making history as the first cohort of scholars in this online high school. You are also making history as the first learners to be chosen as Sanlam Scholars based on your hard work and your potential. You have overcome many challenges to be here where you are today. And we want to work with you and support you to achieve your full potential because we know you can. That's why you are here. So as you begin your UCT online high school journey, my role is to encourage you to embrace the opportunities that the UCT online high school and the Sanlam scholarships offer. 10 years from now, or many years from now, you will also have many stories to tell about what it was like to co-create a new school with new traditions and new ways of teaching and learning. Together, we are creating a new form of online school education, bringing together young people and educators from across the country. At times, this new way of learning may be scary, it may be daunting, and you might feel very alone. But to overcome this, I encourage you to cultivate a strong belief in your own ability because you've got all it takes to make it. And despite all the challenges and the fear that you have, you are actually in the best moment at this time of the pandemic with the best teachers and the best support system to succeed. A belief in your ability to persevere despite the difficulties, your ability to keep going even when things are hard, and your ability to pick yourself up if you stumble and fall. That is going to be very important in this journey. I mean, and I know that many times you look at some of us and you think we never fail challenges because we always look like we've got it all together. Well, I myself face many challenges in my work, and sometimes it is hard to pick myself up. But I'm excited by the opportunities that my work provides for talented learners like you. Yesterday, I was at the Cape Town International Airport. In fact, since Saturday, I've been going for an hour just there at the Cape Town International Airport to meet some of the students who are beneficiaries of the UCT Vice Chancellor Scholarship. They are young, they are talented students like you who see opportunities in their challenges. And you can be that learner in a few years from now. Self-belief does not come easily to everyone, but only you can cultivate it within yourself. One of your jobs will be to believe in yourself, particularly when times are hard. So here's the thing, when times are hard or you are scared, it's okay to cry, it's okay to feel like you won't make it. The important thing is to tell yourself, I can make it through this, even when it's tough. As a child, some of my classrooms had no walls. I started school under a tree. We gathered for lessons under a tree in my grade 1, and I had to change schools a lot. I went to 8 schools in my 12 years of basic education. My journey from that under a tree to the office of the Vice Chancellor at the University of Cape Town meant overcoming lots of obstacles, including failures. So don't give up when you see a challenge. Know that that's just part of the journey, and everyone that you see as a success has had their own share of trials, and they made it because they started with believing in themselves. A beacon in this sometimes difficult journey was furthering my education, making my way through apartheid-era schools, the challenge of undergraduate studies, finding my way into academia and following my passion, which is education. The life tests I encountered along the way helped me to cultivate a strong belief in my abilities and what I can offer to others. You can do the same, but it doesn't just come. You've got to start by telling yourself you're going to make it, even through any challenge. The power of knowledge and of learning to keep us engaged in the world, to enlighten us, to inspire us, and to empower us is what great schools and universities are all about. And that's what we are all about here at the UCT Online High School. That's what UCT is about. You have joined a community that thrives on learning, thrives on knowledge, and thrives on the pursuit of excellence. We are a community that challenges ourselves. And this presents you with many wonderful opportunities, a vast stock of knowledge, engaging resources, and a society of peers and teachers is ready and waiting for your enthusiastic participation. So don't hesitate, get in there and get involved in your studies. As I said at the opening assembly, successful education is not a passive process. It requires the active engagement of all participants. When you report back to your younger generation about how you used your time in this new institution, UCT Online High School, with its unique offering, I'm sure you will have much to say. I believe that you are among the leaders of our future. UCT Online High School can provide you with the tools and opportunities to make your way in the world, to tackle the challenges with grit, with resilience, and to prepare you for further studies at university. Your job is to grab these tools and opportunities with both hands. Grab them. Make the most of everything this new UCT community offers you. Don't step back and think it's not for you or you can't do it. Just get in there and ask questions if you're struggling. You have an opportunity to determine your own future starting from today. I look forward to following your progress. I look forward to being inspired by your potential and helping to ensure that the UCT Online High School develops into a world-class institution. I believe that in years to come, I will look back with pride at the work we have all done to foster a new and inclusive institution of learning for a new generation of South Africans. I also look forward to welcoming some of you to UCT one day when you have bashed that matric and obtained the best results that enable you to be accepted at UCT. I have no doubt that you will make me proud, and I will introduce you as our matriculants from the UCT Online High School. So you have my very best wishes. Good luck for the year ahead. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you very much, Prof. Pakeng, for such a beautiful message. I actually think, just summarizing what you have said, that I think it's so important to see an opportunity in your challenge. And I think most successful people who thrive, like yourself, it's because you saw an opportunity in your challenge. And I suppose your message today is that we can all achieve anything we want to achieve. And effectively, that's the message, right? So let's just remember that life is like an obstacle course. Like most of you might have experienced an obstacle course. You're trying to achieve a set of different goals. And the idea is not to get stuck in level 1 of the game.
Yep.
So when you hit the first obstacle, face the obstacle and deal with it, right? Tackle it and move to level 2. You are guaranteed to meet another obstacle, tackle it again and move on to level 3, right? So other people reach level 120 in their lives. but others get stuck in level 3. Others think level 50 is all there is to life and living. So don't let the obstacles deter you. They're actually really there to be overcome. That's what makes life the beautiful experience that it is. Tackle the challenges, and like Prof said, use those challenges and see the opportunities in them. Right, thank you so much, Prof Pakeng. We are going to move on to one of our learners, and her name is Tuto. So Tuto is just going to share her personal thoughts, and she's prepared something to share with everyone. So Tuto, I will hand over to you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Tuto Maluleka, and I am a Sanlam Scholarship recipient, currently attending UCT Online High School. The Sanlam Scholarship gives me great opportunities, such as the opportunity to embrace my academic ability and the opportunity to be in a different, exciting, and high education learning environment that includes working at my own pace and learning in the comfort of my own home. My hopes and dreams are to finish high school with excellent results and go to university that will prepare me for my dream job, which is to become a vascular surgeon. I would like to become a vascular surgeon because I would like to assist all the communities in South Africa to tackle serious issues relating to strokes and leg diseases. I'm very grateful to Sanlam for the scholarship and the opportunities that come with it. I'm very grateful for the chance to improve my education and try something new. I am grateful for the chance to go to UCT Online High School and accomplish my dreams. Thank you, Sanlam, for awarding me the scholarship. I'm very grateful. I thank you.
Oh, Tuto, that is so beautiful. Thank you for your message. Very encouraging to hear you and what you're grateful for and what you want to become. And of course, you can be that. Thank you for that. We're going to hand over to Sydney. Sydney Mbele. I suppose to you, Sanlam Scholarship recipients, he would be Mr. Mbele. He's the Group Executive Sanlam brand, and Sydney is well accomplished, and his personal story will inspire you all and make you all realize that there's really nothing unachievable. I mean, arguably we can say on the obstacle course, Sydney is probably on level 150. Over to you, Sydney.
Thank you so much for having me. Greetings to everyone at this exciting time of celebrating a new beginning. Thank you so much, Prof, for such heartfelt and inspiring remarks, but most importantly, for the wisdom to create this amazing platform of a new democratized way of learning. It's really great to be a partner as an organization. Thank you to you, Ms. Yandiswa Kagazi, for taking the baton, and agreeing to lead such an important charge and pioneering such a game-changing approach. My acknowledgement also goes to the Valencia team, who are the backbone of the school. I want to give a big shout out because we're talking with the youth here, so I'm going to use the youth lingo. A big shout out to Jeanette, our Chief of Human Capital at Sanlam. And of course, I want to also acknowledge a number of Sanlamers who are joining us today, who worked behind the scenes to make this a reality. I think more important is to welcome all our successful Sanlam Scholarship students. We congratulate each and every one of you, and we are so excited to start this journey together. It was also so heartwarming to listen to you, Tuto, sharing your dreams and aspirations. You said you are grateful to us. Well, let me tell you, we are grateful to you for your passion. We are grateful to you for the commitment that you have towards your future, towards your people, towards your community. I was very encouraged that we have a future vascular surgeon in our midst. So it was great to also listen to you. That was really touching. I'm sure you know by now that all of you are the first recipients of the Sanlam UCT Online High School Scholarship Program. What an achievement. And yes, we need to recognize that. You can all give yourselves and each other a virtual clap wherever you are. It is indeed well deserved. First, let me introduce Sanlam a little to you, since we are now going to be part of your high school life and hopefully the rest of your life, considering the kind of work that we do in our organization. I hope you aspire someday to join us as a valued colleague. We are the biggest non-banking financial services group on this continent of Africa. We are in 34 countries in Africa, 45 countries across the globe. So we are a really, really big organization, born in South Africa and has grown to become this humongous player in financial services. So other than banking products, we provide pretty much everything that you need in your life to live a financially successful and confident life. We have products that help you grow and protect money and wealth. You might have heard of things like unit trusts or life insurance or life cover or funeral cover, funeral policies, income protection, investments, et cetera, et cetera. So we provide a range of a suite of products and solutions, in the financial services space. Helping people live their very best lives is what gets us up in the morning, and is a really big part of why we wanted to offer scholarships to some of South Africa's brightest young students. And of course, that's you, right? We are in this for you. We want you to be all that you can be. Our promise, as we often say as an organization, and you might have seen some of our advertising on TV or wherever else where you might have seen Sanlam, our promise is to help Africans to live with confidence, right? And we see these scholarships as a big part of bringing this purpose alive. We've been around for, I think, 104 years now, and we're just getting started, and that's why we get involved with projects of this nature that inspire us too. We see your potential and it excites us. It gives us, hope for the future of this nation. So what does living with confidence mean? I think it's important to kind of dive a little bit to, what does it mean when we say live with confidence? Well, for one, it means making smart decisions that will set you up to live your best lives later. And it may not always be about money, it may be about education. We want people to make smart decisions that will set them up to live their best lives later. A lot of people start to plan much later in life, particularly on, their finances and how they'll use their money to grow, or to increase the assets that they have, or even protect the assets that they have and the possessions that they have. When unexpected events happen in their lives, they are caught off guard. So we'd like that to change. And we also want you to be that change. So living with confidence means having the self-belief to go after your goals and to take every opportunity that you can. We already know how much grit that you as a group of young, talented people have, you've already pursued this opportunity, so you're already living with confidence, right? That took confidence, that took creativity. So we want you to build on that confidence. Be wonderfully or relentlessly curious. Keep asking yourselves the questions. You have to play, you have to explore, never be afraid. You've got to keep moving forward and embrace your love of learning. We know you've got what it takes to charter a bold and bright future, and we are here to help you to build that, at every step of the way. We want to partner with you to make sure that your future is bright. Remember, there's a line which inspires me a lot, and the line is, it doesn't matter where you come from. What matters is where you are going. It doesn't matter where you come from. What matters is where you are growing. I'm a very good example. I was born in Soweto. I grew up in Soweto, and when I went to school at the time, I know I look 25, but at the time, what you would consider somewhat inferior education, kind of the previously disadvantaged environment. When I finished high school, of course, I could string a sentence of English, but I was not conversant. I was not able to articulate myself well because of the kind of education that I have. Here am I, fast track. I'm now sitting as, a chief executive of brand in one of the biggest organizations on this continent, leading a marketing and communications function, and chatting to you now about the fact that your dreams are valid and it's possible for all of us. And Prof, you'd be very happy to know that I am an alumni of UCT as well. So it's great to reconnect with, my own institution. And it's important that, we build on these partnerships to be able to change the world and to change the people, from our communities, from the length and breadth of our country, to become better people in the betterment of life in general. I want to share with you a statistic that will make you realize you couldn't be in a better place and time for you as young South Africans. I don't know if you know that by 2050, our population is projected to double, and a quarter of the world will be African. So in just only 28 years, it's said that 40% of the globe's under 18s will live on this continent. Now, that's a phenomenal thing to think about. Our young population has the opportunity to really live their full potential. You remember what I said? Live with confidence. We owe it to you to ensure that you are suitably schooled and that you are ready for a fully digitized world, because the world has changed significantly, and we want you to be part of that world. I'm sure you've heard of this thing called the fourth industrial revolution. If you haven't, I'm sure you'll hear about it. As the world progresses and changes and evolves with new technology, we are now sitting in kind of this fourth phase of that revolution, and it's called the fourth industrial revolution. And the fourth industrial revolution has allowed us to do what we are doing here. Look at us, over 100 people or close to 100 people chatting virtually. We're looking at a computer, and we are able to do what, actually hardly 2 years ago we would have found difficult to do, because we would have wanted to be in the same space, in the same room. But look at us, sitting in different parts of the country, yet we are able to communicate. Now, that's the fourth industrial revolution. I'm sure all of you, but your phones, you're on Instagram, and you actually get to learn about what other people are doing. That's the fourth industrial revolution. But what it needs is this thing called cognitive skills, right? These are the thinking skills. Machines will do a lot of the ordinary work, but we need people to lead, to say, well, how do we take and leverage this technology and the science so that, it's used for purpose, and then you have the skills that are very, that are very critical for all of us to have. So on one hand, I talked about cognitive skills, but also on the other hand, we all need to have this thing called numeracy skills, because they go hand in hand with financial literacy. You remember what I said earlier? Ability to live with confidence. And you can't live with confidence unless you've got the tools, you've got the know-how, and you've got the numeracy skills and the financial literacy to be able to make better decisions as you progress in your life. So financial literacy is essential for your own independence, for becoming a contributing member of society, and so today you are starting a journey of adulting. You are now becoming adults, slowly evolving your lives as you grow to become adults, and nailing adulting and doing well with adulting means that you must know maths, and that comes from the numeracy skills. At Sanlam, our own organization, as I've told you, we hire people who know their stuff and excel at science, at technology, at engineering, at maths, but we also look for qualities like leadership, because we are human beings. We also look for qualities like empathy. We look for qualities like curiosity and love of learning. These are all innately human characteristics. And it's our creativity and critical thinking that generally sets us apart. It's our ability to feel, and we need that too, because we are not robots, we are human beings. We must never underestimate the value of humanity, or of emotional intelligence. I was very impressed, Prof, to see you yesterday on Instagram, personally fetching these new scholarship students, as you were, telling us earlier. Now that's servant leadership. It's humanity at best, and that's what we want. So, guys and girls, these are the skills that, start in school. High school is where future leaders emerge. It's where you can start making the decisions that will set you up for a solid foundation, and for a fulfilling, prosperous life. And every generation has the power to change the world, and you are that generation for us. And high school is where you get the good grounding in the capabilities that are required to solve some of the world's biggest challenges. So we are excited to see your journey unfold, and we'll be doing some things together with you, hopefully, as you are part of the journey. Please don't drop out. Okay, so work hard. We want to continue to support you until you finish, your high school life. We want to remain your partner for the rest of your high school life. So work hard so that you can pass, and we can continue to renew this relationship. By the way, look out for a fun gift that we'll be sending your way soon. We are also starting a club called the Sanlam Club, and this will happen every quarter. So we'll invite some very famous people, some inspiring people, or some people who have wisdom, or some people that are just interesting to chat to you about, a range of things which will help you guide your academic and life journey. We look at topics that are aimed at helping you to live and learn with confidence, topics that matter, in your lives. A social media group will also be created for you guys to support each other, to share the learnings and to thrive together. So to end off, let me just remind you that each of you were chosen for a reason. Have confidence in yourselves, believe you are capable. We believe in you, and that's why we're here. And we hope many of you will join us at Sanlam one day as colleagues working for Sanlam, but whatever you wish to do, even if you want to go overseas, or you want to, go to NASA and run the next spaceship, we want to be by your side, but it really, what it means for us is that it's, we are giving you an opportunity, and you are also giving yourselves an opportunity as young people to live with confidence and to go after your goals. So, congratulations to each of you. I'm sure you're going to fly. And once again, remember, live with confidence. If there's anything you should not forget, is that we all have biggest responsibility for ourselves, not for anybody else, to live with confidence. So thank you so much, and it's great to be with you today.
Oh, thank you, Sydney. That was such a beautiful message. Unlike Sydney, I just want to share that I've always been able to speak English. But I must commend you, Sydney, for your eloquence today. And I'm sure all it took is living with confidence, right? And making the decision that you would be able to speak the language. But I want to leverage this because I could not speak a word of Afrikaans when I was 12. And at the age of 13, I went to an Afrikaans high school, where Mrs. School Perel. And I couldn't speak a word of Afrikaans. Can you imagine being in an Afrikaans school? But today I speak, I read, I write Afrikaans. I mean, I even buy Afrikaans magazines, right? So, but all it took was making the decision that I will learn it, and you do. And I can't agree more with Sydney that being smart is great, but emotional intelligence is perhaps far more important. Because if you can't interact with people, you just can't excel in any job or business for that matter. So umntu ngumntu ngabantu is actually quite a real thing it will take you far. All right, so I want to quickly hand over then to our next Sanlam Scholarship recipient, Ms. Makatini. I'm handing over to you. Please share with us what you have to say.
Thank you. Honorable Sanlam representatives, the principal, teachers, guardians, fellow students, ladies and gentlemen, good day. I am Mugelio Makatini. I'm a grade 8 student at UCT Online High School. I am standing in front of you as one of the recipients of the Sanlam Scholarship. It was not by magic that I was awarded the scholarship. Please allow me to share with you one of the famous Zulu phrases. I quote, "Umuntu ngumuntu ngabantu." True, for one to feel human, she or he needs other human beings. I will one day reach my goals because I'm surrounded by humans. Not just humans, but people who really care and who would like to see me as someone one day. That is how you have made me feel, human. Ngingumuntu. It is true, it takes a village to raise a child, which I never understood, but think about it. From the nannies that help with nappy change, the clinic nurses with our first immunizations, the teachers, the transport drivers, and the list goes on. And today, here I am, standing in front of people whom I've never met or known, but who are interested in my future. It is a feeling I cannot explain. With so many options at hand, it becomes difficult to pinpoint and choose only one option. I love reading. I'm a bookworm, but not Shakespeare type of writing. Not to say I hate Shakespeare, but the man loved too much poisoning in his stories. He even poisoned my favorite characters. I love art. It fascinates me working with colors, and when your imagination runs wild. A picture says a million words. It's a way to express your feelings without talking. I also love singing. As for a career, I'd like to find a career that will give me virtual freedom or allow me to work remotely without any hassles. For now, I'm looking at bookkeeping, chartered accountancy, auditing, and data analysis. To be honest, I still have much more homework to do before I decide. Dear Sanlam, I'm sincerely honored to have been selected as the recipient of the Online High School Scholarship. Thank you so much for your humanity. The scholarship has helped in easing the financial burden that my family had to deal with in trying to give us an education. It is like a huge burden has been lifted off my shoulders. My mother taught me from an early age that I must raise my hand high in order to get noticed. She meant I must work hard and have good marks that would speak for me. I believed that, and I'm happy it worked. Because of your kindness, I can focus on my studies, knowing that I need to work hard in order not to lose this opportunity. Thank you for investing in me. As a grade 8 student with 4 more years to go, the future is bright. I'm surrounded by you. As Brad Ravens, one of the poets, once said, if you always try your best, then you'll never have to wonder. I believe in those words. Right now, I don't have to wonder, but I have to focus. Thank you so much, Sanlam. Thank you for showing the spirit of Ubuntu. Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, that was beautiful. Thank you so much. And you know, to Sanlam, I think what she's saying is also that she can't describe the feeling of having people who do not know her care about her future. And I genuinely don't think you even realize, as representatives of Sanlam, the impact you have already had on all of these children in terms of their confidence levels right now, right? And also just knowing and realizing that their future is bright, and you've rubber-stamped that and you've uplifted their spirits. So to you, we would also like to say thank you. Thank you for making them know that their future is bright and that they should walk with their heads held up high. We really appreciate your support, and we know that you're going to be watching them closely, and you'll be supporting wherever support is required. But we are really, really grateful as a school, and on behalf of the guardians, we know that some of the guardians have joined us because they were invited to the session. Thank you to the parents that were able to join us, that have joined, and thank you for your appreciation on the chat box. I'm sure Sanlam can also see that, but the recording will be made available for those parents who could not make it today. Thank you to our 2 lovely learners who prepared something for Sanlam and everyone today. Thank you so much. We wish you well. We wish you all the best. And if there's anything you can take away from today's session, is that you can be anything you want to be. You can be. You can go as far as you want. There'll be nothing stopping you. In fact, there'll be everyone supporting you. So all the best. And once again, thank you.